So here we're getting on starting to rebuild the shocks, front shocks. Here's all the parts for the shocks. And we opened it up. Luckily there was a lot of oil in them, which kept them nice. And then I found this part inside of the shock that was off. So I refitted it back on and then TIG welded it. And then when we got to the arm, the shaft in there, you could see it worn down. So I put some brass on the end and then started TIG welding to build it up because it was completely worn down. Then I put it on the lathe and turned it, and once I turned it, then I cut a keyway in it on the lathe also. Then as you can see, the arms, the teeth are completely worn off of that, so I machined it out really nice and then made a bushing because I couldn't do a tapered spline, so I made a bushing tapered, and here press fitting it in. And then once it's press fitted in, then I TIG welded it to make sure it definitely didn't go anywhere. And then I made bushings on the bottom where the bijou lines go into. Press those in and then put new brass lines on the outside. And here's the arm assembled. I have to make a new bolt on the far end of that. These are some brake parts that go in the chassis. And here's the gears for that part that I took apart. This video shows where this piece goes in here for the bijou. There's a hole here, and that drips down and goes through this hole here, and then goes in and comes up through here and oils everything. And this one, there's no hole here at all. There's the bijou fits here, no hole here at all. This was pumped with grease. It looks like solid almost. This was the one that probably didn't get oil and was locked up. Here's some more brake linkage that I'm taking apart, and here's where it's rebuilt and put on the chassis. And then next is the engine mounts, kind of messed up, so we're taking those apart, and here's where they're getting redone and putting new liners in between the plates. And here I'm installing the rubber liners and the tires on the wheel rims. And here's the chassis. And we got everything on there, and we have a lot more to come.